How did that happen? Oh my God. Fire. Okay, here we go. So this is the entire kit as it comes out of the box. We're literally out here on my front porch. As you can see, there's stacks, stovepipes to the left, the main stove in the middle, the burner, and a bunch of legs on the right, a bag full of screws and bolts, and now we're going to put this thing together. All right, guys, so basically I moved the camera around a little bit so there's a little bit room to work so you can actually see the assembly. Some things I noticed right off the bat is I'm missing some bolts, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully there's some extra ones in there. As you can see, I'm pretty warm-blooded, so it's winter time here right now. It's probably about 30 degrees, but just an old buffalo jacket and some sweatpants, and I'm ready to go. Okay, so that's ugly, so we're going to take that off. I guess they don't want you to scratch. Yeah, it looks like the coating on it is a little thin, so it's probably just going to burn right off. But so basically the stove, we'll use this later to burn it up. The stove it's actually got a little bit of weight to it. Maybe that's where my other screw is. I can hear it. Right. Oh, that's just this thing. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't see anything. Anyway, we'll find out. The stove itself is a 2-layer stove. Basically, you've got an ash catcher down here. There's a tray that fits in there, and they even give you the tool to pull it out. This is where the firebox itself. And then it's actually a sealed firebox. Well, not sealed, but a contained firebox. That way it actually comes up inside of here and then comes out the back, which is where this goes, and there's no actual connection. It just, and there you go. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if I'll have to find something to jam in there or not, but whatever. Okay, so there are no instructions with this. I'm going to put a link below, but from where I actually bought it on Amazon, but there are no instructions for this. And it looks like the welds, they're actually pretty good tack welds is what they look like. They are done by a machine, not a human, I can tell you that. But other than that, it looks like a pretty simple setup here. So to keep that from rattling, I'm just going to use common sense, and I'm going to put this. That better not be plastic. That's plastic. We're gonna have to see what happens. It feels like plastic. And this is the air valve. I may have to find something to put. It's made of anytime. There we go. Okay, so, and you can tighten it. But I swear to God, that's plastic. If that's aluminum, I'd be very surprised. Let's see here. So I got some 4 main bolts for the legs. Let's go and pull those guys out. Let's just dump the whole bag. And these little safety clips, according to the pictures, are so that you can fold the legs and lock the legs, but I couldn't see exactly how to attach them. Oh, they have little clips on them. Oh, okay. That's helpful. We'll set those there. And then that's basically it. It's really straightforward, guys. You just turn it upside down. And we're going to put these legs on here. That one is missing its nut. I guess I'm just going to find an extra nut. Hopefully that's an extra nut. Yeah. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the nut that belongs to it. I don't really like the way these are on here. I'll probably end up tightening them up in some way. Let's put this other one on here. And the idea is that these legs are retractable. So we'll just put them on like so. And I don't know what, I've got 4 washers, so I'm going to go with these need 4 washers. Because there's really no other place to put them, apparently. Or as it appears. And the only tools I brought out here was a straight slot, a Phillips, a pair of pliers just in case, and some work gloves that I don't seem to need. I guess you need to really crank this on because there's no like locking pin or anything for this. And these look like they're brass or copper screws, so I'm not going to really crank them down too hard. And then the idea appears to be that you take one of these little clips right here, like that little clip and that little pin, and you clip it to the bolt. I will probably, it looks like it's going to be easier to run. That's clips on there. And then you run the pin through it because it folds, which is weird because it'll be, I don't know. We'll see how well it folds. I see several engineering issues, and then yeah, there you go. Then it won't come out. Okay, so now we have to do that times 3. I'm probably going to speed this video up. So if you hear it, that's because I sped the video up. Here we go. Okay, so what I noticed was I do need to tighten somehow, because these, I may have to replace these bolts with longer bolts and then end drill them so they won't come out. They are exactly the width that they need to be. So that I may have kind of screwed myself by not having all the screw ports outwards instead of inwards. But I'm going to tighten these guys up just so that I don't lose those bolts. Come on, chickens. Out and about doing stuff they probably shouldn't be doing. Getting into stuff they shouldn't be into. But it is what it is. All right. Okay, so yeah, they're still, I mean, even though I tighten them, they're still, I may tighten them some more. But basically, just did all the hard stuff on the stove. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so the next step is putting on these little shelves. So they come together in the tray, and this tray we'll put in here in a second. That tray actually goes inside of it. And they literally are just held on by these little gravity rods. You pop one in there, you pop one in there, and that's probably backwards. Let's see here. I'm gonna say that's backwards. I'm gonna bet that's upside down. Once again, all I have is pictures to go by. All right, that looks better. And then we can pop those on right there. Hell, I don't even know if that's right or not, but it's working. I'll have to check the pictures, and if so, then I'll have to edit the video. But it is nice that the whole thing just comes apart so easily like that. And then, like I was telling you before, this basically goes inside of here. You just stuff it in there. That goes on top of there. And then this is the ashtray. The ashtray actually goes right in there. And then they do give you a little tool. And I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try it. Hold on, let me check something. I'm going to back it up a little bit. They do give you this little tool so that when the stove is hot, you can use this to both open and close it so you don't get burned. I have a feeling that vent thing, that definitely is going to have to get replaced by something. And then you could open the top of it like so. And obviously this is meant to cook on top of, but also to allow you access to feed the fire this way if you really wanted to. Okay, so let's go ahead and move it out there and get these stovepipes on it, and we're going to do a first burn on it to off gas all the crap that's on top of the stove. So now I need to find some wood. Here we go. Now, as you can see, voila! So I just discovered that my Bluetooth microphone wasn't working right. So now I have to do all this other crazy stuff. I've already collected a bunch of wood. I don't know how well you can see me, but I think the stove is more important than that. I've also discovered that It'd be kind of stupid to try and load it in like that when I clearly have the ability. Oh man, I need the tool. I'll go get that tool once we get this puppy started. There's my tool right here. There we go. And if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So yeah, a little dryer lint right there. I don't think you guys can actually see that. But yeah, that's what I did. And then obviously we're going to go ahead and get the old fireball. This one's a little bit bigger than I normally make. It was actually made out of something completely different. One of those pads that you can use to like clean your face with. So we're going to scrunch that up because it's going to burn a little faster than we want it to, but we're going to put that right on top of, right next to that lint, I think. There we go. And then we're going to put our little, the pieces have to be really small. The stove is only so big. And you can't just like jam it all in there like the top of a fire. Say it's like, so we might actually have to use a little bit of common sense ingenuity. Maybe set it two-handed, like so. I think this is going to be much easier to manage once you get it started. We're just going to jam that in there. And hell, we can put stuff here right in the top. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Because in the end, it's all going to get closed up. I mean, technically, we could put some larger stuff right in the top of it. And then when it burns down, it will do exactly what we want it to do. Put a little bit of that in there. And this isn't about building the fire. This is about off-burning all of the paint and gases and things like that. That way, when you do put it inside your tent, that it works much better. All right, so let's get some flame on this thing. There we go. Why it was fighting so hard. There's just like no reason for it to be acting like that. All right, I think we got something started here, guys. I'm gonna put you back on the tripod. Okay, so in that short period of time that it took me to put you on the tripod, we got things going a little bit better. And we're just gonna let that cook up a little bit. We're gonna keep putting little bitty things on it. I'm just gonna feed it right through the top like a regular fire. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because it's gonna breathe really. I wanna get some of the larger stuff going a little faster for this test. And then I can just push that stuff down inside. Right now it's getting lots of air. If you look down there, the vent's actually open. I'm gonna go ahead and close the vent and see just a little bit what it does. Maybe I'll back up just a little bit for you guys so you can see things a little better. And then I could technically close this right now and it would start to cook down and actually start to use the pipe that's up there. But I want to get some of this wood started so we can get the test over and done with and get the video out to you guys, because this is going to have to cook. I'm going to have to cook this for like an hour. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Oh my God, move this. There you go. And then we're going to push all that down inside of it and put some more of the larger pieces on it. This thing's only about maybe 6 to 8 inches in length. So you have to really watch the size of the pieces of wood that you put in there. I think we can push those guys down inside. And then, come on now, there you go. And then through the bottom, we'll just feed it with some other pieces. Hopefully I didn't just put it out. And that should keep it cooking pretty well for a bit. All right, so let's close her up. See if we can get coming out of the chimney. We'll keep that vented on the bottom. And Why don't you want to close? There we go. I'm going to let that close up. And I can see a little bitty fire come up through there. So we should be getting smoke out the top here in a second. Yeah, shut up, phone. Yep, we're already starting to see a little bit of smoke coming out of there. All right. Let's come back and check it in a little while. Yep, she's definitely burning good. We definitely got some smoke. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I don't think I can zoom this in. Yeah, I can. Look at that. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Got ourselves a little heat plume going there. Nice. Zoom back out. Get you guys back in focus. And we'll just let that, maybe I'll do a time lapse on that and we'll see what happens. All right. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that smoke, that's not from the fire. That's the off-gassing. That's all the gunk cooking off of it. The paint, all that trash. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Oh yeah, because that's the fire. We're just going to keep doing this until all that's gone. Need to put some bigger stuff in there here in a second. In fact, let's do that now. And what we want to do is we want to make the stove as hot as we can get it so that it'll cook all the crap off of the stove. We are getting a nice little heat plume. I'm going to pick you up. We are getting a nice little heat plume right now. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, we're cooking with fire. Let's go ahead and there you go. Let's give it a few minutes. Was cutting wood for the live stream tonight. All right, guys. So overall, I got to give it a 9 out of 10. Excellent if you're going to be like just cooking stuff on it. Yeah, definitely. You can boil water on this. I don't know how long it would take, but it's definitely putting out enough heat. It is as advertised. I think you can see in there. Got plenty of flamage going on. This little thing that I thought was plastic hasn't melted off yet for vent control. And yeah, so maybe it is some kind of weird metal that I've never seen before. Would not recommend it for, it's going to be great for hot tenting. I got the tent coming in. It should get here tomorrow. And you guys will see what the final plan is with that. We'll put, you know, 1 and 1 together. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Don't try to carry this thing because it's, I'd say it's about 10 pounds tops, 10 pounds tops, but obviously you don't want to put that in your backpack. Fold it up, drive it in, tent camp that way, you know, something like that. Okay, guys, until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day. I hope you like what I'm doing. And I'd boop you, but I can't reach the boop button. All right, love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.